Scaling smart is not about growing fast, it is about growing right. Today, we see a lot of SMEs start with very strong energy, a lot of passion for success, but in between, something happens and boom, that's the end of the business. What is the issue? What is going on? Why do we have a lot of issues with SMEs? The truth is that you need to understand that it is not about growing fast, it is about growing right. I'm going to be talking about scaling smart, growth strategies for African SMEs. I hope you find this insightful. African SMEs that combine innovation, resilience, and strategic thinking are best positioned to thrive in a dynamic and competitive environment. As African economies continue to grow and evolve, a lot of small and mid-sized businesses are playing an increasingly significant role in driving innovation, job creation, and economic development. However, many African SMEs face significant challenges in scaling their businesses and achieving sustainable growth. In recent time, I was speaking with a friend and another business owner, a small and mid-sized business, who has very strong presence on Instagram, put out a publication on certain issues that she had and is closing down her business. And the question we ask ourselves is, what is the issue? Let us explore effective growth strategies for African SMEs and highlight key opportunities and challenges that SMEs face, and then look at practical insights and recommendations that can actually help entrepreneurs or help SME leaders, as they go on with their businesses. How can you come out of some of these challenges? What are the key things that you need to even look at and understand as you run your business? I think the first I would like to mention is even understanding your operating landscape. So every business operates in a diverse and in a rapid changing environment. This environment is characterized by one, growing demand of goods, increasing access to technology and digital platforms, expanding middle class and even consumer markets, infrastructure challenges, which is very key, logistic constraints, power issues, regulatory complexities, and a whole lot more. But there are unique challenges and also opportunities that African SMEs have. I'll start with the challenges. One of the challenges around limited access to finance, infrastructure gaps like I mentioned, regulatory hurdles, informal market dynamics, talent acquisition, and also retention. Talent retention can be a major challenge. But despite all this, we have so many opportunities, like a young and growing population, particularly the middle class that is quite vibrant. We also have increasing digital penetration. We also see a lot of support from the government, particularly around regional trade arrangements like the African Continental Free Trade Area. We see untapped markets. We also see digital payment and fintech development. So as a business now, you can leverage on digital payments and fintech solutions to help to enhance financial inclusion. So we see businesses that have POS. Once payment is made by the customer, it's also linked to their account, which helps to reduce, the challenges that you may have to face with respect to going to a financial institution to bank your money or even holding cash. We also see opportunities in renewable energy, such as solar and wind power. All these things are there to support sustainable development. But one key issue that a lot of SMEs have is limited access to capital. Structure is a big problem because a lot of SMEs do not create proper structure for their business, and that's why some of them are not able to separate themselves from the business. As we begin to evolve, we need to think about what are these growth strategies that I can adopt for my business. The first one I would like to mention is around digital transformation. When you leverage technology as a business, you're able to streamline operations, you're able to enhance customer experience, and you're able to drive sales. So as much as possible, reduce repetitive tasks within the business and digitalize a lot of activities within the business to help to increase efficiency. Now, digitalization has its own challenges, so you need to properly understand what you are even digitalizing in your business, the right digital tools that would be applied in your business. Another point I want to emphasize here is on innovation and product development. As a small and mid-sized business, what is your offering to the market? Develop products that meet the evolving customer needs and preference. You need to also learn to tailor down to those products that customers actually come back for. Those products that actually meet your customers' need. That is what you should offer to this public. Let's look at market expansion. It's not all the markets that you need to enter. But when you enter new markets, create your own niche. What segment are you looking to play in? Make sure that you create your own niche and boom, tap into it as much as you can. Look at strategic partnerships. Collaborate with other businesses, collaborate with institutions, organizations, even with governments to access these new markets we've talked about, to access technology, to access resources. Next is talent development. As much as possible, you need to invest in your employees because trust me, you cannot do it alone. You need a strong team to be able to help to push and drive sales in your business. So you need to invest in employees training and development to build a skilled and motivated workforce. Another point I would like to emphasize is access to finance. So you need to explore alternative funding options such as venture capital, angel investors, maybe even private equity funds, etc. to support business initiatives. Another point is on operational efficiency. Optimize your business processes and operations to reduce costs. You need to improve your productivity levels and enhance customer satisfaction. In conclusion, scaling smart requires innovation, requires adaptability, and strategic growth initiatives. Secondly, most of the challenges that I had mentioned earlier, challenges with respect to structure, infrastructure gap, and a couple of them can actually be overcome or even reduced by considering some of the points that I'd mentioned, points around strategic partnerships. So areas where you see that your company is deficient or you lack a particular resource, through strategic partnership, you can collaborate to actually, mitigate that. Through the right talent development as well, you'll be able to grow your business initiatives basically. Access to finance, improving your operations would also help you to reduce the impacts that some of these challenges would pose to your business. I hope this information has been very helpful. As the business landscape continues to evolve, I want you to begin to think through how you can tap into new opportunities, new markets, how you can collaborate with other businesses to help you to achieve the next phase of growth in your business. Consider acquiring the right talent to help you to drive this growth. Consider ensuring that you digitalize your operations as much as you can and improve on your efficiency really to help you to save time and focus on other profit generating activities within the business. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening and do have a great one.